next video, which will be on mediumship. So first and foremost, I just want to give a big shout out to Tana, one of my Facebook friends. She's going through a time right now, kind of ill, so just want to wish you a speedy and healthy recovery. I also want to give a shout out to some other of my Facebook friends, Wasika, Faith, Angel, Kirsten, Christina, Katrina, and I want you to check out my friend's YouTube page, Archangel Michael 77. He's got some good content on there. He's also a barber. But check him out. We're going to be doing videos in the future. I also want to give a shout out to Billy, Brett, Chris, Connie, Deidre, Jamie, Jennifer, Julie, Katrina, Katie, Kim, Lena, Linda, Liz, Melissa, Nana, Nikki, Rain, Sandy, and there's another Sandy too, and Shelly, and Sheila, and that pretty much concludes the shout out. So thank y'all for your support. I really appreciate it. Sharing my videos, liking them, just the overall support. It feels good to have, somebody supporting you for, your dream, what you want to do. And I hope you continue to support me, and I will definitely do whatever I can to support y'all in the future. Let's see, also, I want to announce that I will be doing contests and giveaways later on, as soon as I get the channel kind of, grounded, get a good foundation built underneath of it, so be on the lookout for that. And many other videos, metaphysical videos. If you have any ideas or videos or any questions, concerns, comments, please, email me or hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, whatever. I'm gonna have all that underneath the video in the description box, so check that out. Also, for those that feel generous and want to donate to my channel, I'm gonna have a couple of links in there for donations. I really would appreciate that. Will help me to ensure that I'm actually, getting it out there. And please like, share, and subscribe, because I'm trying to get these videos out to the right demographic, the right audience. And without your likes, it's not going to get out there. Like YouTube demands likes so people can see it, So thanks again, and I really do appreciate that. Thanks. Alright, so today's video is going to be on mediumship. And so what do I mean by mediumship? So mediumship is basically, or just the terminology medium, it's basically the in-between. It could be, a medium could be a mediator, it could be someone in between an argument. For these purposes and for this video, when I say medium, what I'm actually referring to is someone that walks in both worlds. So basically, someone that is the in-between person to the spirit world and the physical world. Alright, so mediumship. A lot of people are skeptical, a lot of people that are really left-wing logic, left-wing logical people, they don't believe that. I can understand people's perspectives, that's fine. I'm not here to cut down, criticize, anything like that. I'm just here to give you my perspective. So mediumship, is it real? Absolutely. The thing is, with our belief systems and what we're taught as a kid, and as we go through this life, a lot of people, they don't believe in life after death. But the thing about it is, death is only a transition. So, these spirits, once they leave the physical body, they're on the other side, and you can talk to them. A disclaimer, though, I will be, that I'll, tell you in the beginning of this video, is that if you do have this ability, you shouldn't do it all the time, because, I've read this in different articles and different, and heard it on videos, and Edgar Casey even says this. That the more that you connect to them, it keeps them from growing. So if you believe in reincarnation, things like that, if you try to connect with them, you can actually slow their growth through their process. So if it's something like, if you just need assistance, or if you need closure, if you they died, say you had an argument and someone close to you dies, a couple days afterwards. It's fine to connect with them and, kind of get that out of the way. Now, some stay on the other side and they stay over there, and they actually are our guides. My grandmother is a guide to me, so she stays over there and gives me information, things like that. But, I will say that anybody, and this is something I've learned in my own process, throughout my own life, anything that you are into in life, you know, if it's metaphysics, if it's, you know, ghosts, spirits, you know, however you want to define it, there's a connection there. And so the reason that you are into it is because you are connected. It's part of your destiny. You're either a medium, or you're supposed to help a medium, or something. You know, if you find yourself going to mediums, there's a good chance that you're a medium. That's kind of how I figured out I was a medium. For me, I took a class in E-Town, and the class was very beneficial. How we did, you know, we started out basically doing a short meditation, and so these meditations are on YouTube and you know, other platforms. But the meditation that I found that was perfect for that is any meditation where you meet your higher self or your guides. So an example of this meditation would be, and what we actually did during the class was we did a meditation where we went to the other side. So basically you would visualize a, you know, like a door during meditation, and you open that door, and then you would go meet your guides or your, you know, your higher self, however you know, label it, define it. And you bring them back with you. So she was telling us what to do, and so, you know, you meet them and you bring them back through the door. And then so how she says, this is how she teaches you how to differentiate you know, different energies that you feel if you're sensitive. So she's like, so feel your guy's energy, okay? And so I'm sitting there and I'm feeling it, you know, and you could tell the difference. It was a different tone to it, a different vibration, if you will. And so then she's like, okay, now be aware, become aware, or feel your energy. And so then you do that and you can feel the difference. And so the challenges for this class, or the lessons for this class, was very interesting. So the one person that we connected to in the class was John Wayne. And for you, you know, for those of you that don't, you know who John Wayne is, he was a guy that did a lot of westerns back in the day. People around my age, you know, in their 30s, they would probably know who that is because their parents probably grew up, you know, or their grandparents or whatever grew up watching that, so they know who that is. But for me, it was so surreal because, I mean, you know, it's so connected. It was just wild how, you know, at that time for me, how you could feel the different energies. And so for me, it manifested in all the various abilities that are activated within me. And, you know, one of the main ones when it comes to mediumship is clairvoyance, which is your third eye being activated. So, and I will say this for a lot of people that, you know, can't see shit, don't believe shit, or are strictly physical beings. You know, they believe what they can see. One of the reasons is that you think that way is because your third eye is not open. And so I'll do a video later on how to open your third eye. There's many videos on YouTube and, you know, all kinds of information. But again, you know, this is going to be my perspective, so I'm going to tell you what worked for me, and hopefully it helps you too. But when that third eye opens, you can see so many different things, and I mean, it's just wild. You know, depending on, you know, your belief system, it can be scary, but, you know, for me it wasn't. It was just awesome, you know. So I seen, you know, John Wayne, the energy of him behind me, and his message to me as he smacked me on my back, which I actually felt, and I remember my chest moving forward. I know a lot of people's going to think that's crazy, and that's what I mean about the third eye. If you don't have your third eye open, you can call people crazy all you want. But until that third eye is open, you will not understand what we're talking about. You know, you got to think of it like this. For all you logical people out there, you got to think, there's not going to be all these people. All right, sorry about that. I had an interference with my dryer. So what I was saying was, for all you people that think people are like me or crazy or whatever, you're not going to understand unless your third eye is open. I mean, it's just, that's what, you know, that's your inner sight. Clairvoyance is what these psychics and stuff use when they tell you they visualize something, or if they see a past life, that's what they're seeing. When it's really open, I mean, you can see all kinds of things. You can see people's intentions and who they really are underneath, you know, the societal mask. I've said that before in another video, but it's amazing, you know, what all you can see. So, so for me, again, like he slapped, you know, I could actually energetically feel him, and my physical body moved forward. And he told me, he said his message was, you know, you got what it takes, go get it, go for it. And I'm like, wow, you know. But what was wild is everybody in this class, they all had a different perspective. They got a different energy from him. And although it was the same energy, he was able to communicate with us, basically bilocate, which basically means being in two places at once. So he could interact with all of us on a different wavelength. And so some people got really sad and emotional. For me, I got what I remember from the movies, because we are creators, so we kind of create that experience, but it's still very real. It's not that we're creating his ghost or his energy. That's his own energy. We're calling that in, we're communicating with it. Me being the Gemini, I'm able, ruled by Mercury, I'm the communication person, so it's easy for me to connect on different wavelengths and different levels on all walks of life, even with the spiritual world. So some people were really sad and they got different stories. The other thing we did in this class that was kind of awesome was we studied this ability called Psychometry, which is basically where you would take, say, like an envelope, and you could take, a bunch of different types of pictures or any type of inanimate object, and you can put it in the envelope. And so what it is, it's passed around to each individual, and we had to feel and get certain impressions off of it. So because we meditated and we brought our guides back through, for me, all my abilities was lighting up. Clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience. I was feeling, seeing, hearing, smelling, everything. So it was just like, they were there. And that's the great thing about mediumship, is depending on, which abilities are unlocked, and if you actually work towards it and do the work, it will be just like you're right there with them. Some people can see them in the room physically. I've seen things like that, flashes, especially in the dream state, when you're kind of more in the fourth dimension, not so much in the 3D. I've been able to see them, like shadows, and been able to, actually see stuff. It's kind of where you enter both worlds, and so I would actually see like a ghost, hovering above me or something like that. But with the class, it shows so much more. So the psychometry is kind of like, for example, this pen I'm holding. Someone would basically hold this pen and say you wasn't there, but it could be, say this pen was from like the 1860s, and so I'm going to say, in this life I'm an explorer. So what I do is I find this pen, say on a hunt or something. So as soon as I pick this pen up, I start getting all kinds of memories and energy and sights, sounds, smells, and it's all coming through my, as downloads, as spiritual downloads. So I'm able to decipher the energy and break it down and analyze it and tell you what I feel from it, what I see. Now I used to be able to do this. I remember doing this when I was younger. Like, say somebody would knock on the door and say you might be asleep, you didn't answer, and so you may forget it. You might be aware of it in your unconscious state or your sleep state, but when you get up, you forget about it or whatever. So I remember, touching the doorknob on my, door to go outside, and I remember being able to sense who was there or sense somebody was there. Sometimes it would show me a direct picture. I would hear a voice, or I could smell it, or just, overall just a clear feeling, a clear knowing, an inner knowing, however you want to word it. So that was always awesome. It was one of those situations. It's cool if you can explore those abilities and you don't let your beliefs hold you back. You will discover how powerful you really are. So for me, the assignment, you can do this yourself. I actually recommend that because that's one way to work on it. So you just get somebody that say somebody's going to help you do this assignment or this lesson. So just get an envelope and have them put something in it. It can be from any era. It can be Civil War. It can be something new, whatever. Cover it up. Don't let them see it. Make sure they can't see through the envelope. And ask them to fill it, and hold on to it and give you the impressions they get. And so, and then you can write down the impressions. And for me, I kept, and you got to trust what you get, because usually the first thing you get is going to be the right thing. So even if you get 5 different things, always trust that first thing. And it's kind of like if you begin, for the first time, trust that first thing that you get, So for me, I got that the pictures were from an older time where the pictures didn't have color. And I got names and faces, and when they opened them up at the end of the class to check, man, I was spot on. So it was cool. It was awesome. It worked. It definitely works. It was one of the best classes I ever took. And it was well worth it. We also connected to other things. We learned a lot of stuff in that class, and I can only basically share with you what is fresh I remember telling some friends about that, and of course they didn't believe it. They think it's weird, but it's whatever. Like I said, beliefs will hold you back. So don't let your beliefs or other people's beliefs hold you back. Just know if you have this ability, or you're into this, go with it. Go with your heart. Go with your gut. Whatever feels right, do it. It might take you places. It certainly has for me. But I do recommend when after you do the meditation, make sure you call in something of power or something that makes you feel safe, such as Archangel Michael. Now I have a prayer that I get from an oracle deck. It's called Angel Therapy by Doreen Virtue, and it actually has a prayer for manifestation to protect you during mediumship. So if you do happen to get that the deck of cards and the mediumship comes out and tells you that you're a medium, just follow that prayer. But for the ones that don't have that deck and want to know what their prayer is, it's basically, I can't tell you from off the top of my head, but I can tell you it's basically just connecting to, it's the setting the intention to connect with Archangel Michael, and basically saying that to be protected, and that he makes sure that such and such person, whatever their name is who you are connecting with. And so you will feel the difference. And I've done a lot of different ones for people. I did it from this one guy before. His sister is actually a friend of me on Facebook, but I connected with their dad, and there was just so much overwhelming love that came through. And for me, it comes to the top of the crown and all the way down, and I would feel it all in my heart space. And there was just so much love that he had for his son. And it makes you feel good because you are making a difference. You're serving the purpose. You're using a skill that that you may or may not have known that you had. For me, I never dreamed that I had those abilities. So it's just something about being of service to others and helping people in that way. And if you are interested in booking any sessions or anything with me, I'm on Facebook, Jamie Kroon. I'm also I have a tarot business, Tactual Tarot, so you can look that up. I'm going to put all these links again underneath the video in the description box, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to keep saying that because I'm getting a lot of views and I'm not getting that many likes, and you got to understand something. For me doing this work, that's all I ask for is likes. So don't be lazy. You know what I mean? It's much appreciated. And you got to think like this. Even if you don't like me as a person, you don't like what I'm talking about, just liking it is good karma for you. And it's the truth. Whenever you do something to help someone else out, you are helping yourself, because at the end of the day, we are all one energy. And sometimes you have to separate for certain energies because you're incompatible, or they just haven't learned the game yet, whatever it is. But just know that I'm here to serve. I'm here to help. Here to help people. I'm absolutely not crazy. So for anybody that is saying that about me, they have no idea what they're talking about. They're just not in tune. They're unaware, and they are definitely not into what I'm into. And this stuff is, different religions and things like that, they will tell you this stuff is it's the devil and it's all that. Man, you believe whatever you want to believe, but I can't think of any time anybody told me a story about something evil where they felt unconditional love floating over top of them. And you might as well just have angels and clouds beside you with harps singing to you, because that is the feeling that you get when you do something like that. I've had friends and stuff that I've done this for, and they're skeptical and whatever. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I'm not the type of person to just make up stuff and lie about it just to get a reaction from people. I do this stuff because it is my God-given abilities, and I do it to help people. And it's not about fame, fortune, nothing like that. This is part of my mission. Is what I came here for. So I'm here to teach, and I'm going to be doing a lot more videos. And I also want to thank my haters too, all those people that said I couldn't do it, said I wouldn't do it, said I was this and that. You don't know what you're talking about, but all you're doing is giving me fuel to basically feed that fire within me, and I'm gonna keep on doing what I'm doing. And so this is metaphysics, and that's my perspective. Thank you.